Yo, I'm back again. There we go. All right, so we're back again. Streaming. Got here. Okay, so all right, so I gotta fix.
I'd like it to at least support itself. You know, I think it's a great thing to have free.
I gotta fix Batman's ears real quick.
It still needs to pay for what, you know, if you have to, you know, do a DSL line or something to run it.
So basically, you're kind of like me, all for free as long as it doesn't come out of your credit card.
That sounds good.
So you basically want to make it available for your friends or for people in your neighborhood who help contribute?
Right, exactly.
The easiest way to do it, I mean, you know, in terms of authentication, you can just put a Wi-Fi, basically just create a Wi-Fi hotspot, a wireless access point, and only give access time to MAC addresses and logins so that only a half dozen people, or, you know what I mean, however many people you choose have access to it.
That's probably the best way. Go around, get a handful of MAC addresses from your friends, and then just put those into the system. If you want to charge, there was one that Sarah demoed a while back called LinSpot. LinSpot. It ran on OS 10 and used PayPal for authentication. So that's how you would actually have people pay for it. Much like a hotspot that you see when you go to airports and things of that nature, like a T-Mobile hotspot, it did the exact same thing. You would launch a web page, it would automatically bring up an interface for you. You would buy a day pass or a week pass. It's called LinSpot. I don't know if it runs on Linux. I know it for sure runs on OS 10. Sounds like it runs on Linux. LinSpot. It's only OS 10, Sarah says. Okay, only OS 10. So that's something to check out.
You know, I bet we can get some emails and post on the show notes next week to see what else we find out on those for you. Jeremy joins on the phone, Boise, Idaho.
Hi, guys.
Hey, Jeremy.
Yeah, I have a MSI K7N2 Delta motherboard running 512 megs of 200 megahertz DDR RAM.
Okay.
And I was wondering if I would see much performance increase if I went to 400 megahertz DDR RAM.
What's it running at, like 200 megahertz now?
Yes.
I mean, in theory, you'll benchmark it, you'll see a difference, you'll go, this is a firm difference. In reality, is when you start firing up your applications, I don't think you're going to notice a thing. You know what I mean? It's like benchmarkable difference, yeah. Benchmarkable difference that you'll notice in everyday use, I don't think so. I would wait until spend that money on rather than upgrading your RAM speed, I'd probably spend it on a new processor or double the amount of RAM you have, probably be more useful to your speed.
Yeah, 3-5%, not a big deal.
Yeah.
You're really going to see it?
Yeah, to be honest with you, sometimes 10-15% is hard to see.
Yeah.
You know, 25, 30, 45%, you're not going to get that out of that memory upgrade.
I was just thinking that sort of follows the double rule like you would have on the processor.
Yeah, it's one of those, it's kind of a law of not so major returns. It sounds like a much bigger gain than I think it really is.
Okay.
But, sorry about that, man.
Even in dual channel mode?
Dual channel mode, that's going to make a pretty healthy difference if you aren't running in dual channel mode. But that's a whole different line of conversation we can't get into right now. But it'll be a good one to talk about later on.
Yeah, definitely. Dual channel.
We need to do a memory primer. Ladies and gentlemen, stay where you are. More live calls coming up ahead when the Screensavers continues.
OLM.net presents more true tales from the World Wide Web.
At OLM, our web hosting customers say it best.
We started with another hosting company, and they couldn't care less about us.
We're a small business, and OLM treats us like family.
OLM was probably the best business decision we made for Snickerdoodle.com.
Become part of our family. Visit OLM today or call 1-877-2OLM-NET. Over 200,000 websites. OLM.net.
True crimes better what you like. Hide the kids, hold your wife. It's true crime. Music, all the things you want from Sony get closer with every purchase. And it comes with some other things you want too, like a 0% introductory APR, no annual fee, and 2,500 bonus points after your first purchase. Call right now to start earning points on your credit card purchases. As much as 8 points for every dollar you spend. Don't wait. Discover the benefits of being a Sony card member. Call now. With your first purchase, you'll receive 2,500 bonus points, more than enough for your first reward. Turn your
Yes, and so were a lot of other people. He was,
I'm sorry it affects you.
Charlotte started that.
Smart. Tastes so good.
Yes.
Friday.
Make that appointment.
Barbara Mandrell and Tom Wopat, Burning Rage. Barbara Mandrell and Tom Wopat, Burning Rage. Tonight at 7.
His real life was more exciting than any of his fiction. Before creating the James Bond adventures, he lived them. The name's Fleming. Ian Fleming.
Can I send you on a mission just one step short of suicide?
Jason Connery in a broadcast television premiere.
I've delivered death to your doorstep.
The Secret Life of Ian Fleming.
Sunday night at 7 on the Super Movie. You're watching Super 18, WVTV Milwaukee.
And as always, you are ringside with the superstars of WCW World Championship Wrestling. So at the top of the program, what happened last week to Ricky the Dragon Steamboat? The entire Dangerous Alliance came out and attacked the Dragon right here on TV. We will talk to Ricky the Dragon Steamboat about what happened last week in that match involving himself and, of course, Larry the Cruncher Zbyszko. But the Dangerous Alliance not stopping there. We have, this week, we understand Paulie will be coming out with Medusa. They have trophies, plaques, or awards. They will be awarding, making some awards to some of the wrestlers in WCW. Paulie dangerously calls them his Paulie Awards. We'll just have to see what he has up his sleeve a little bit later on. Ravishing Rick Rude is here in a match against Brad Armstrong. A big six-man main event. But fans, when we come back here on Worldwide Wrestling, I'll be talking to the Dragon, Ricky Steamboat. We'll be seeing footage what happened here last week on Worldwide when we continue after this timeout.
What do you do if every time you see this incredible woman, you think you're gonna hurl?
I say hurl. If you blow chunks and she comes back, she's yours.
Okay.
Wayne's World. Rated PG-13. Starts Friday, February 14th.
Open sesame.
Hey, Joe, we're down to the last Butterfinger.
Ah!
The last Butterfinger! Aha!
Simpson going deep.
Get a crispity, crunchity, peanut buttery burst in every bite of Butterfinger.
Nobody better lay a finger on my Butterfinger.
Head and Shoulders for my serious dandruff? Blue is better. Extra medicated Selsun Blue.
With a medicine doctors recommend most. Medicine that relieves flaking better than Head and Shoulders.
Blue is better.
Selsun Blue, doctor recommended #1.
We're on our honeymoon.
And you're eating oatmeal. You never ate mine.
This is oatmeal raisin crisp. Lisa showed me no other cereal has a delicious flake like this.
How nice.
Crispy flakes topped with a brown sugar and rolled oat crunch.
Really?
Mixed with raisins and almonds.
Oatmeal raisin crisp.
Taste it.
Oatmeal Crisp, Oatmeal Raisin Crisp.
Pretend I'm not here.
Some people.
It's not mine.
Crisp, clean Dentine. We'll take care of your breath. The rest is up to you.
Hi. Didn't I see you here yesterday?
If this is a cold, this is the flu. Metaflu, without drowsiness. Maximum strength relief for more than a cold. For the flu. Metaflu.
This is our first annual Perchathon on Ice, and we need your help. Hi, I'm LeBrant Picolic, Tournament Director for the Perchathon. I've teamed up with Dwayne Mosley from Channel 18.
You know, based on the excellent response from all you ice fishermen and women, we have created an opportunity to help feed 240,000 hungry children in the state of Wisconsin. Please bring some canned goods to the world's largest Perchathon. Let's show America that sport fishing makes a difference.
And for more information, call 1-800-25-PERCH.
All right, fans, back on Worldwide. We've said it so many times. The Dangerous Alliance strikes again. It was 1 week ago in a matchup involving Ricky the Dragon Steamboat and Larry the Cruncher Zbyszko that the entire Dangerous Alliance came in to attack Steamboat after his win. We'll talk to the Dragon, but here's what happened. Foley has the belt! The same belt they stretched! August Alexander Bagwell went not too long ago! Rude! Oh, he's going to wind the belt up on his fist! And caught Steamboat as they hold it! And Steamboat gets it! And the World Wide Wrestler! Barry Windham! Dustin Rhodes! Ron Simmons! Now the lines have been drawn again! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome with me, the one and only Dragon, Ricky Steamboat! Ricky, I tell you what, a week ago, we all saw the attack, and at one time, 7 people were in the ring on you. 7-on-1. The attacks continue with the Dangerous Alliance. You know something, ladies and gentlemen, and Tony Schiavone? For every weekend, myself, Sting, Dustin Rhodes, on many occasions have been on the receiving end of those attacks. And to be more precisely, myself, along with many of the thousands of fans, have witnessed Rick Rude take a belt and whip Marcus, take a cast, and try to hammer Sting down, but everybody saw Sting come back. And just last week, they saw the Dangerous Alliance come in the ring, all of them. And Rick Rude, with the belt in his hand, looking at me, saying, boy, you're going to be mine tonight because I'm going to give you a whipping that you've never had before. But I'll tell you something, Rick Rude. I've been in this business many, many years, and I've been up against the best of them. And I'm going to give you a word of warning. I'm going to be watching you. I'm going to be singling you out. You better have eyes behind your head, Rude. The Dragon, Ricky Steamboat, and now fans, WCW This Week.
Baseball has the World Series. Football has the Super Bowl. And professional wrestling has Super Brawl. February 29th, live and only on pay-per-view. Super Brawl 2. Best friends become bitter foes.
I'm coming after you and the belt, Luger. Sting, I've got one more big surprise waiting for you.
Lex Luger and Sting brawl for the WCW World Heavyweight Championship. And ravishing Rick Rude tangles with Ricky the Dragon Steamboat for the U.S. Heavyweight title. The Dangerous Alliance of beautiful Bobby and Arn Anderson collide with the rock-solid Steiners for the World Tag Team belt. Wrestling history will be made. Super Brawl 2, February 29th, live, only on pay-per-view. Call your local cable operator for availability.
World Championship Wrestling, big giant pay-per-view, world title up for grabs, Stinger versus Lex Luger in Milwaukee. Big day for me because it's against a guy that I used to be good buddies with. Business partners all the way down the line. People asking me a lot of questions about what are you going to do since you guys were
good buddies for so long. Are you going to be able to fight like you normally do, Sting? World title up for grabs? I'm not going to have any composure, and I'm going to forget about all past friendships.
Wrestling fans, the following contest, it is set for one fall. Introducing first, from Venice Beach, California, weighing 251 pounds, this is Sting! His opponent from the State Hospital, 236 pounds, the Medic. You know, I tell you, some very, very precise and words of warning from the Dragon, Ricky Steamboat, to Ravishing Rick Rude. And our first match this week here on Worldwide involves the Stinger, of course, who has that big matchup. Right hand from the Medic, a big matchup against Lex Luger for the world title at Super Brawl 2 at the end of this month, the end of February. But in the interim, he has to be concerned with the Dangerous Alliance. And there is no question, Luger has paid people before to try to injure and put Sting out. And I would assume that Luger, it would not be beneath him to try to get members of the Dangerous Alliance to weaken Sting before Super Brawl. I mean, that would really be right up Lex Luger's alley, so to speak. You see the Stingers. They are everywhere. Sting escapes. He wrestles with so much intensity. Won the World Heavyweight title in 1990 at the Great American Bash. Luger won it a year later at the same event. And now these two men, close friends and business associates for so many years, will collide in the biggest match of their career. The Medic saved that time by the referee. I'm not so sure what he's doing, but he is slowly going up top, and Sting helps him down. And I mean helped him down. Sting keeps the pressure on. Back body drop. It's going to be a case of two of not only the most well-known superstars ever in WCW when Luger and Sting collide, but certainly two of the most powerful, agile, and successful individuals ever to step in the ring. The two most dominant men in WCW over the last 3 years. Without any question. And face first now goes the Medic. Sting. Fans are calling for the Stinger's flash. And by golly, he's going to give it to him. The Scorpion Deathlock. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match is Sting. So many great moves. Stinger Splash, Scorpion Deathlock, Pile Driver, Human Torture Rock. When you talk about Sting and Luger, some of the great moves come to mind, and they'll go at it in Super Brawl too. Fans, when we come back, the Steiner Brothers.
Double, double your refreshment. Double, double your enjoyment. Oh, no single gum double freshens your mouth like double mint gum. Double, double your refreshment. Double, double your delightment. Oh, no single gum double freshens your mouth
see this incredible woman, you think you're gonna hurl.
I say hurl. If you blow chunks and she comes back, she's yours.
Okay.
Wayne's World, rated PG-13. Starts Friday, February 14th.
They live in the dark, and they only come out when it's time to eat. New Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles pasta. Wholesome pasta in America's favorite turtle shapes.
Like, thank goodness for Chef Boyardee.
What is real?
Is she for real?
Is she for real?
Is that for real?
Well, what is real?
This is real.
Skittles.
Tart and tangy. Wildberry. Tropical. Real fun. Real good. With real fruit juices.
Skittles. Bite-sized candy.
Want it? Your used Nintendo and Genesis games and decks by the Video Game Exchange in Menominee Falls. Don't let them sit around. We pay cash for used games. We also sell all games for up to 50% off. The Video Game Exchange, Appleton Avenue, Menominee Falls.
Regency Auto Mart makes it easier to buy a car. With over 200 late model cars to choose from, Regency takes the worry out of financing your next car. No credit, bankruptcies, no problem. You'll use your credit power because we finance. We have one of the finest used car selections in the area. Cadillacs, Sierras, Toronados, Rivieras, Park Avenues. Regency features most GM models. No credit, bankruptcies, no problem. Regency Auto Mart, 2 locations, 76th and Hampton and 76th and Villard.
If you're looking for the perfect place for your next party or meeting, try the Northcott Inn's new Lion's Den Party Room. Visit the Northcott Inn for delicious barbecue ribs and fish fry specials. Meet your friends for a cocktail. You're always welcome at the Northcott Inn, 92nd and Silver Spring.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following tag team event, it is set for one fall. Introducing first, from Detroit, Michigan, total combined weight, 525 pounds. Rick Steiner, Scott Steiner, the Steiner Brothers. Opponents, total combined weight, 484 pounds. First from Honolulu, Hawaii, Chris Sullivan. Seattle, Washington, John Peterson. All right, the Steiners against Peterson and Sullivan. And fans, as you know, we've been talking a lot about Super Brawl. Gordon Sherman coming up next. He will have a couple of more matches to announce for Super Brawl and the big event at Milwaukee's Mecca, Saturday, February 29th. By the way, I want to remind our great fans, the event will start at 5:30 in the Mecca. That's at 5:30 in the Mecca on Saturday, February 29th. Of course, Lex Luger and Sting for the WCW World Heavyweight title. And we will have other matches in the weeks to come. If you would like to charge your tickets by telephone, Visa or MasterCard, look at that move by Steiner. It's area code 414-276-4545. And that's 414-276-4545 to charge your tickets. We are going to have a very large crowd that night. Tickets are available right now by the charge number or all area Ticketmaster locations and the box office, which is open at the Mecca 10 to 2 daily. So stand by for some more big matches announced for Super Brawl 2 coming to the Mecca, Milwaukee. Saturday, February 29th, 5:30 is when we will start. Well, Sullivan wanted Steiner, and he got it. And now Scotty gets a chance to come in. And he puts Sullivan down hard. Super Brawl is the one. It's the place to be. It is the biggest event, without a doubt, in the history of World Championship Wrestling. Elbow right on target.
Welcome to the Wrestling News Network. I'm Gordon Soley. The attacks by the Dangerous Alliance as a group continue. You saw earlier in the program one attack. A couple of weeks ago, they attempted to injure Marcus Alexander Bagwell with a steel chair before Sting helped out. And here's what happened.
Free with Paulie. Beautiful Bobby caught Bagwell off the top. Austin will get the pin. The Dangerous Alliance win it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winners of the match, the Dangerous Alliance of Beautiful Bobby, Stunning Steve Austin, and Ravishing Rick Rude.
What volatility we are seeing here. And now they've got a chair. They're going to try to put this kid out once and for all. That steel chair ran right in his sternum. Sting got the chair. Sting has got the chair.
Sting, Ron Simmons, Ricky Steamboat, and Dustin Rhodes have drawn together in a show of force against the Dangerous Alliance. The result should be many exciting 6- and 8-man tag matches around the country. Now, the Super Brawl continues to draw near, and as everyone is looking toward the Sting and Lex Luger match for the world title as perhaps the biggest match in the history of WCW. The board of directors have made some new announcements. In addition to Luger and Sting, Ravishing Rick Rude will defend the U.S. heavyweight title at Super Brawl 2. WCW also said some special stipulations concerning this match will be forthcoming. Also, Jushin Liger will return from Japan to defend the light heavyweight title against the former champion Flying Brian. And some big news regarding the exclusive pay-per-view telecast. Jesse the Body Ventura will join the broadcast team. He's standing by with some comments. Jesse?
Unbelievable. Gordon Soley, you're still alive? I can't believe it. But yes, I am back with WCW World Championship Wrestling. After 2 long years of being out of wrestling, Jesse the Body is back, and he is back to stay. And I'll tell you what, I'll be here for Super Brawl 2. It'll be me whose voice you'll hear from beginning to end, doing what I do best, telling it just like it is, Gordon.
Well, thanks, Jesse. In addition to Ventura, as first announced back on January 21st, it has been welcomed by wrestling fans worldwide. This is truly shaping up to be the biggest event in the history of WCW. Super Brawl 2 will originate from Milwaukee and will be seen only on pay-per-view. Make your plans now and call your local cable system to order Super Brawl 2 on Saturday, February 29th. I'm Gordon Soley. That's the Wrestling News Network for this week.
What is real?
Is that for real?
That can't be real.
What about her? Is she for real?
Well, what is real?
This is real.
Skittles.
Tart and tangy. Wild berry. Tropical. Real fun. Real good. With real fruit juices.
Skittles. Bite-sized candies.
Rainbow.
Be afraid. Be very afraid. One life-sucking Metroid survived the first Metroid adventure, and it's multiplying rapidly. You must help Samus save the universe again in Metroid 2. So we're giving you more power and mightier weapons to search a bigger world where hundreds of strange enemy life forms lurk. Destroy or be destroyed.
Metroid 2, The Return of Samus, only on Game Boy.
The future is in your hands.
You probably know the PB and PB Max don't mean plywood bobsled. In a pretend blizzard. And it don't mean phony biceps. The PB means peanut butter, straight from the jar, real creamy peanut butter with a crunchy whole grain cookie and pure milk chocolate. Now that's a real snack. And that's why PB Max is the official snack food of the real U.S. bobsled team. PB Max, we mean peanut butter.
It is Germ Killer, Black Slayer, and now Listerine Antiseptic battles the gum disease, gingivitis. Gingivitis, you have met your match.
Introducing Soothers, the medicated throat drop that will relieve your sore throat pain. Soothers has a great-tasting syrup center to soothe your scratchy throat. Soothers, from the makers of Halls. The syrup's in the center.
The whole town's burning. From the inside out.
It's a conspiracy, that's what it is.
I'd be willing to stake my life right now that there is a fortune of coal under this town.
People are fighting for their rights and paying with their lives.
Was no fuse that got her. Her neck was broken.
Carol Kane, Barbara Mandrell, and Tom Wopat, Burning Rage.
Tonight at 7.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
General Nutrition can help you break the mold with Cybergenics in one incredible kit. Supplements, manuals, and videotape. Cybergenics at GNC.
The Murine Earwax Removal System has drops that safely loosen wax, plus an ear washer to gently flush wax away. Murine, the complete medically approved earwax removal system.
Ladies and gentlemen, joining me in the ring for a special presentation, along with the First Lady of WCW, Medusa, is the Chief Executive Officer of the Dangerous Alliance, Mr. Paul E. Dangerously.
They have the Oscars, they have the Tonys, they have the Emmys. I saw that joke in a WCW magazine for their year-end awards. Ladies and gentlemen, the most prestigious awards in the history of mankind are called the Paulies. Now, I'd like to bring to your attention that these awards are made in my very image. Nice slender body, full head of hair. The very first winner of the Paulie Awards, presented quarterly right here in World Championship Wrestling, is for Wrestler of the Year on television. The TV Wrestler of the Year is the World Television Champion, Stunning Steve Austin!
Well, and there he comes to receive his award on TV as well as I expected. Stunning Steve Austin, the World Television Champion, a member, by the way, coincidentally, of the Dangerous Alliance. Back we go.
As you can see right here and read the fine print, the Hannibal Lecter Memorial Paulie for the sickest individual in World Championship Wrestling. Please welcome the Cruncher, Larry Zbyszko.
Zbyszko, the Cruncher, and yes, he is a member of the Dangerous Alliance, gets the award for the sickest individual, and, well, I might agree with that one, believe it or not.
Something that's very near and dear to my heart, the Tag Team of the Quarter Paulie Award, very, very close in the running. Dustin Rhodes and Ricky Steamboat came close. The Steiner brothers almost won it, but oh no! The winner of the Paulie Award for Tag Team of the Year, Beautiful Bobby and Double A on Anderson!
If you're like me, you're sitting at home wondering the purpose of all of this. There's no question, there's only one more award, and there's only one more member.
The Dangerous Alliance and I have looked all over the world, not just here in World Championship Wrestling, but anywhere that somebody wrestles professionally for the very first annual quarterly Paulie Award for outstanding achievement in professional wrestling. The Wrestler of the Quarter, ladies and gentlemen, the United States Heavyweight Champion, Ravishing Rick Rude!
And here he comes, the U.S. champion and the Dangerous Alliance, tuxes and red bow ties.
I don't know if anybody noticed this, but the Dangerous Alliance just happened to make a clean sweep of the very first quarterly Paulie Award. You know, come to think of it, I have heard that there's a seat now open on the board of directors of World Championship Wrestling. Who better but the chief executive officer of a class operation like this to be on the board of directors of WCW, I hereby nominate myself, Paulie Dangerously, to sit on the board of directors of WCW and make very important decisions. I hereby give to you the winners of the very first quarterly Paulie Award.
Ladies and gentlemen, Paulie Dangerously with the Dangerous Alliance Paulie Awards.
All right, the Dangerous Alliance making their way out. Ravishing Rick Rude will, I am sure, remain in the ring. Or will he? He is our next man to wrestle here on Worldwide Wrestling. And let's go now back to Gary Capetta.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest, it is set for one fall. The opponent of the United States Heavyweight Champion, Ravishing Rick Rude, is from Marietta, Georgia. He weighs 234 pounds. Brad Armstrong.
U.S. Heavyweight Champion Ravishing Rick Rude, winner of the Paulie Quarterly Award for wrestler, I guess wrestler of the quarter. I almost said wrestler of the year, but I guess, I don't know, are we going to have to put up with 3 more of these this year? Does anybody know? And he wants a seat on the WCW Board of Directors. My. Hey, what about the announcement moments ago, before all this, can I say hogwash? Okay, I'll say it. Before all of this that Paulie came out with, the announcement of Ricky the Dragon Steamboat and Ravishing Rick Rude for the U.S. title at Super Brawl. And some stipulations to be named about that match in the coming weeks. Heard some very pointed comments from the Dragon early on in this hour about Ravishing Rick Rude. But Brad Armstrong, a young man who will not be denied. What an athlete. Picks up Rude. Atomic drop from the other side. Full arm dragon twist from Armstrong. The key to being successful against Rude, and I'm sure that Steamboat will do this, is to be on the offense at all times. But you know, when you got Rick Rude, you got other members of the Dangerous Alliance running in the gang as a tag team or as a 6-man or an 8-man combination. And you've got guys like Sting, Dustin Rhodes, Ricky Steamboat, Ron Simmons, Barry Windham, Marcus Alexander Bagwell. Oh, wow. Hurt his arm that time. For the clothesline. Great drop toe hold that time, and Armstrong goes right up with an arm. You got guys, like I mentioned, who are more than willing to go up in 8-man combinations or 6-man combinations against members of the Dangerous Alliance. It is a war going on, nonetheless, in WCW. One that all of our great fans want to be a part of in arenas all around the country. Full arm dragon twist. And that arm that Armstrong has worked on quite successfully, really hurting Rick Rude. By doing this, by keeping Rude on the mat, certainly Armstrong is preventing the Rude awakening. And that move applied so quickly. You'll notice Medusa is at ringside and not Paulie during this match. Right hand, Armstrong feeling the effects. The left arm certainly hurting, and the right arm being very successful. Armstrong slid underneath. Takes him down again and goes right to the arm. Great ring strategy applied here by Brad Armstrong, the native of Marietta, who has been a tag team champion as well as a singles champion in WCW. Rude now goes right to work once he gets Armstrong pinned in that corner. I'm sure Steamboat watching on. He You heard the comments early on, and you heard the announcement from Gordon Soley. It'll be Steamboat and Rude for the U.S. title in Super Brawl. Rude.
We might be switching it up. Switch up this Batman picture. Just because I might be getting kind of, you know, bored with it, so I might go to a page or something.
Don't forget a big six-man main event still to come. Pick up. Hard slam down. Ravishing Rick Rude, and we've seen this, at least recently, many times. Rude trying high-risk maneuvers. Medusa up, has the attention of the referee. That was obviously planned. And Rude comes off with a thunderous forearm. But Brad Armstrong's out of it again. Rude will slow it down now. From the off of the top, high risk to a front baseline. A good look at the athlete from Robbinsdale, Minnesota, who since arriving at WCW back in October of 1991 has certainly been one of the most noticed athletes ever. Most talked about, written about. And of course, he did not win Wrestler of the Year at WCW magazine. That went to world champion Lex Luger. He did win Wrestler of the Quarter with the Paulie Award, seen just moments ago. And now Brad Armstrong firing back. Drop kick, great execution. And Armstrong up top. Medusa up there as well. No referee to be found, but Armstrong has it. Turn around. Only a 2. The Dangerous Alliance has every trick in the book. Medusa grabbed the leg. Oh, and down goes Brad. From behind. He collared him. Here it comes. There it goes. Rude awakening time.
Here's your winner, Ravishing Rick Rude.
Wait a minute, he's not finished. Oh, no, not again. 2 rude awakenings, and Medusa celebrating. And here's Steamboat. Ricky Steamboat's not going to wait for Super Brawl. You saw a week ago when he was on those straps. And now going after Ravishing Rick Rude. Steamboat and Rude. But it's all Steamboat. Medusa, I don't know, she's in and out here. Oh, big super kick from Steamboat, and now waiting for a moment. Jumping on the back of Ricky Steamboat. Oh, and that Paulie Award. Right into the back. To the shoulder blade, to the rib area of Ricky Steamboat. And Steamboat not moving at all here. We may have a serious injury. Some wrestlers in to help out. But Rude's not finished. Steamboat not moving over there on the right. Hit hard with a Paulie Award. And finally, Dustin Rhodes and Barry Windham are in. Steamboat's in trouble.
When you decide to step up to this kind of power, this kind of challenge, this kind of flying, crashing feeling, when you decide to get serious, there's only one place to come, the games of Super Nintendo. No one else creates this kind of experience, because no one else creates these kinds of games. Now you're playing with power, superpower.
This troubled teen is invited on her first date. It's a senior prom no one will forget. Sissy Spacek stars in Stephen King's classic, Carrie, Saturday at midnight.
With so many pet foods to choose from, which one do you trust to keep your pet healthy? Listen to the following message, and I'll be back with an important free offer.
A lot of pet foods promise good health, but just one has the unsurpassed nutrition, quality ingredients, and proven performance that is recommended by veterinarians for good health above all the rest. Hill's Science Diet. Science Diet is recommended by veterinarians 3-to-1 over any other brand and fed by most veterinarians to their own pets. Science Diet, because the first choice of veterinarians should be your choice, too.
I'd like to send you a free sample of the food veterinarians recommend 3-to-1 over any other. Science Diet. Call 1-800-428-0400 and receive this free sample pack with canine or feline formula. Science Diet. Because the first choice of veterinarians is my choice. And it should be your choice, too.
With 4 convenient locations to serve you, shop Bartz's for the best selection of Valentine balloons, cards, and gift items. For a happy Valentine's Day, save time. Shop Bartz's.
What happens to victims' families when a person who commits a crime is judged to be insane? Lauren Bishop begins a series on the insanity defense Monday.
All right, fans, Tony Schiavone back with you on Worldwide Wrestling, and as we speak, we do see in the ring back behind me that Ricky the Dragon Steamboat still being helped out at this time. Dustin Rhodes, Ron Simmons out, Barry Windham, as I said. Once he was hit by that Paulie Award, that trophy given out by Paulie dangerously earlier on, Steamboat did not move, and he was hit flush in the back and in the side. We can only assume that right now it is a rib injury. And as we talked about earlier on, you heard on the Wrestling News Network, we certainly hope Steamboat's okay. We heard on the Wrestling News Network that it will be Steamboat and Ravishing Rick Rude for that U.S. heavyweight title, with a special stipulation possibly to come by World Championship Wrestling. That, of course, Super Brawl coming up on Saturday, the 29th of February, Leap Year Day coming up later on in the month. Hopefully, we will get a report on Ricky the Dragon Steamboat before we're off the air. But coming back, our big main event, 6-man tag. Worldwide continues right after this time out.
The actual size of a Jolly Rancher candy is 3/4 of an inch by 3/4 of an inch square. But the actual taste of a Jolly Rancher candy is immeasurable. Jolly Rancher candy, the great taste of fruit, squared.
Milk is sure helping me get stronger. Back when I started high school, guys pushed me around just because I was smaller. But I was working out, drinking milk, developing my muscles. By senior year, milk had made a difference. Pardon me, guys. I love this part. Pardon me, guys. So as you can see, it pays to be big on milk. Milk. It does a body good.
No little cinnamon gum freshens breath longer than Big Red.
So kiss a little longer, stay close a little longer, hold tight a little longer, longer with Big Red. That Big Red freshness lasts right through it. Your fresh breath goes on and on. While you chew it, say goodbye a little longer, make it last a little longer. Give your breath long-lasting freshness with Big Red.
It starts with itch and irritation, and then hemorrhoid flare-up. For soothing, cooling relief on contact, get Tux medicated pads. Tux pads, the one hospitals trust most.
Finally, you can get a soothing drop of syrup in a cough drop with Halls Plus. It's got penetrating vapors, plus it soothes your sore throat while it relieves your cough. Halls Plus. We put the drop in cough drops.
Come on, Raisin Bran is Raisin Bran. What's this? Total Raisin Bran, huh? Big crisp flakes, lots of raisins. This is amazing. Total Raisin Bran has 100% of lots of vitamins and minerals. And Kellogg's has only one. I'm surprised.
Total Raisin Bran. The Raisin Bran with the total difference.
I just assumed they were all the same, but they're not.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest, a special 6-man tag team event. Introducing team number 1, first from Truth or Consequences, New Mexico,
weighing 294 pounds, Cactus Jack. From Vero Beach, Florida, 245 pounds, the tailor-made man. And ladies and gentlemen, from the Rocky Mountains, 445 pounds, Big Van Vader. They are accompanied by former heavyweight champion, Harley Race.
Quite an entrance, Cactus Jack, Big Van Vader, and the tailor-made man. Well, that's something you don't see every day.
And ladies and gentlemen, their opponents. Introducing from New York City, weighing 290 pounds, heavy metal, Van Hammer. From Argentina, at 7 feet, 7 inches, 454 pounds, the largest athlete in the world, El Gigante. And from Warner Robins, Georgia, 278 pounds, the All-American, Ron Simmons.
I tell you, now take a look at this match. We got a little bit of everything in this one. We got a heavy metal guy, we got a giant, an All-American, a tailor-made man, a Big Van Vader, and a psychotic Cactus Jack. This is WCW, fans, in this big six-man event. As you take a look at Big Van Vader going up against Ron Simmons. And what a program we have had. And you know, the Paulie Awards were everything that I thought they would be. And I'm not saying that in a very positive way. We still have not received a report on Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. There is no question he could have suffered some very serious injuries. We hope to have an update before the hour ends. We do have some big announcements, as you know, of Steamboat and Rude for the U.S. title at Super Brawl, Jushin Liger and Flying Brian for the light heavyweight title, and Jesse the Body Ventura joining us at Super Brawl. What a major event it will be. More announcements next week. And hopefully update on the condition of Steamboat. Simmons now. And the big guy, Big Van Vader, he's ready to go down the three-point stance and fire off the line against him. Oh, my good. Oh, well. He had no reason to do that, but to get Simmons' face first down. And Vader using that 400-pound frame to his advantage. As strong as Simmons is, you take a look now at Van Hammer and El Gigante. As strong as he is, it takes a mighty man to be able to offset the weight of Van Vader. Oh, again. The man under the guidance of former world heavyweight champion Harley Race. Headbutts. Again. And here we go. Sending Simmons in. Here comes that big frame one more time. Simmons gets the knees up. Shoulder block takedown. And a pickup. Wow, a power slam. Not many people can say they can do that to Big Van Vader. Heavy metal Van Hammer now. And walks right into a right hand to the head. Tag has been made, the tailor-made man. Taylor. Goes face first. Right hand to the face. Pick up. A hard slam. A cover. We have a 2 count. Taylor, such a veteran with tremendous all-around wrestling ability. But Hammer keeps the pressure on. And a tag, and I can tell you, you talked about 2 men who know each other quite well, who've had their fights. Cactus Jack and Heavy Metal Van Hammer will go at it, and whoa! The sides, they do change quickly, don't they? I don't think that Cactus is intimidated at all by the size. He should be. Right hand, and Cactus goes down. Cactus Jack and Abdullah the Butcher. 2 men who have had some all-out wars in WCW. You're looking for that match when it comes your way, and there's the big claw on the Cactus Jack. Tailor-made man is up that top. He catches it. Slams him and throws him on Cactus Jack. It is basically a 1-on-2, and the 1-man is winning here. Taylor quickly goes on the outside, on the floor. Cactus Jack gets knocked through the ropes. And Elegante, who we understand is such an international sensation, would love to get his hands on Big Van Vader. We saw the footage a couple of weeks ago where he was burned by that steam. But Vader neglecting to come in that time. It's Ron Simmons back in. The steam from that headdress or helmet, if you will, of Big Van Vader burned Elegante in Japan recently, and certainly some friction, to say the least, exists there. And now Simmons slowing the pace down with a side headlock on the mat. Taylor got the knee up. Simmons turned his back and paid for it. You know, so many times in this sport we have seen men, athletes, veterans, turn their back on opponents who certainly love to hit you when you have your back turned. Kick a man when he's down. How many times have we seen that in the pickup? And the tailor-made man. Now the change is made. Cactus Jack. Taylor has the attention of the referee on the inside. So does Elegante. And Cactus rolls Ron Simmons in, who is in major trouble right now. It's the tailor-made man. Who's the legal man here? It's going to be Vader with a tag. And Randy Anderson has the work cut out for him as referee. Restoring order here. That time the clothesline put Simmons right off his feet. Oh, Big Van Vader with a Vader bomb. But Simmons escapes. Vader and Mr. Hughes have made quite a tag team in the past. Both managed, of course, by Harley Race. Tailor-made man in again. Simmons blocked what looked to be a vertical suplex and executes one of his own. Simmons needs to reach a corner. Tailor-made man is there. Van Hammer. Here's Cactus Jack. Cactus caught him full force with that one. But Van Hammer picks him up. And he's got a right hand. Deck the tailor-made man. Hammer the power slam. Elegante and Van Vader going at it. Simmons is in with Cactus. All 6. Hammer rocks! Has Taylor! Cactus Jack! And Van Hammer! And that is it!
Ladies and gentlemen, the winners of the match, the team of Big Van Vader, Cactus Jack, and the Taylor-made man.
Came away with a hard-fought win. In this sixth man, as Cactus Jack gets the 1-2-3 with the double axe handle. All right, once again. The Hammer Rocks had Taylor stunned and pinned, but Taylor really was not the legal man in. When the referee turned around, Cactus Jack, 1-2-3, and that is all. We take you to WCW this week.
Baseball has the World Series. Football has the Super Bowl. And professional wrestling has Super Brawl. February 29th, live and only on pay-per-view. Super Brawl 2. Best friends become bitter foes.
I'm coming after you and the belt, Luger. Sting, I've got one more big surprise waiting for you.
Lex Luger and Sting brawl for the WCW World Heavyweight Championship. And ravishing Rick Rude tangles with Ricky the Dragon Steamboat for the U.S. Heavyweight title. The dangerous alliance of beautiful Bobby and Arn Anderson collide with the rock-solid Steiners for the World Tag Team belt. Wrestling history will be made. Super Brawl 2, February 29th, live, only on pay-per-view. Call your local cable operator for availability.
Just 2 weeks away, right there in Milwaukee, you have the opportunity to witness firsthand, live, and in living color, the biggest confrontation, the biggest matchup in WCW history. The two best wrestlers year in and year out, going for all the marbles, and that's this right here, the gold belt, the world's heavyweight title. Sting, they say I've been in seclusion, but it's been preparation for you and then be the world's heavyweight champion forever.
What do you do if every time you see this incredible woman, you think you're gonna hurl?
I say hurl. If you blow chunks and she comes back, she's yours.
Okay.
Wayne's World, rated PG-13. Starts Friday, February 14th.
No little cinnamon gum freshens breath longer than Big Red.
So kiss a little longer, stay close a little longer, hold tight a little longer, longer with Big Red. That Big Red freshness lasts right through it. Your fresh breath goes on and on. While you chew it, say goodbye a little longer, make it last a little longer. Give your breath long-lasting freshness with Big Red.
Bart, I'm gonna open my mouth and close my eyes, and you're gonna give me a big surprise.
Crispity, crunchity, peanut buttery Butterfinger.
Nobody better lay a finger on my Butterfinger.
Every time you see this incredible woman, you think you're gonna hurl.
I say hurl. If you blow chunks and she comes back, she's yours.
Okay.
Wayne's World, rated PG-13. Starts Friday, February 14th.
Introducing Soothers, the medicated throat drop that will relieve your sore throat pain. Soothers has a great tasting syrup center to soothe your scratchy throat. Soothers, from the makers of Halls. The syrup's in the center.
Be afraid. Be very afraid. One life-sucking Metroid survived the first Metroid adventure, and it's multiplying rapidly. You must help Samus save the universe again in Metroid 2. So we're giving you more power and mightier weapons to search a bigger world where hundreds of strange enemy life forms lurk. Destroy or be destroyed.
Metroid 2, The Return of Samus, only on Game Boy.
The future is in your hands.
John, why are you still throwing money away on rent when you could own a beautiful home?
I can't afford to buy a home.
Anyone can afford to buy a home. Call 1-800-888-7774 now. Through government agencies, you can buy a home for as low as $1. So call us now. That's right, John. Keep that money. Call 1-800-888-7774.
I did, and look at my beautiful home.
18 or older, please.
All right, fans, back with you on Worldwide. A wild and woolly six-man tag, and, of course, Cactus Jack looking very good right at the end of that. Of course, he has his problems in his battles with his former partner, the big guy from Sudan, over 400 pounds, Abdullah the Butcher. And what about the announcements we heard early on? No, I'm not talking about the Paulie Awards and the trophy that was used, of course, on Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. I'm talking about what we heard early on, that Ricky the Dragon Steamboat and Ravishing Rick Rude will do battle one-on-one at Super Brawl 2 on February 29th for the U.S. Heavyweight Championship. And we do understand from Gordon Soley that some special stipulations will be forthcoming about that match. Also, Flying Brian gets his shot at regaining the WCW light heavyweight title against Jushin Thunder Liger in that match in Super Brawl. And, of course, we know about Luger and Sting from last week, and the announcement, of course, of Jesse the Body Ventura.
Who are saving real money and time by ordering their contact lenses direct from Lens Express. All we need is your doctor's name and phone number. We'll obtain your prescription and provide you with the exact same lenses at substantial direct-to-use savings. So for your next pair of lenses, call the lens replacement specialists, Lens Express. For our free catalog, call 1-800-482-6300. That's 1-800-482-6300.
Today we're going to talk about what our parents do. Michelle, what do your parents do?
My father works at a fire station. He is a fireman.
Jeffrey, what do your parents do?
My dad drinks.
What?
And he's going to do it again. Another rude awakening. Can you believe this? Down on Bagwell. And now Sting is in. Sting and Rude going at it. Oh, what a bitter rivalry we have here between these two. And out goes Ravishing Rick Rude. Finally, order is restored in the ring by the Stinger.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest, it is set for one fall. Introducing first, from Macon, Georgia, weighing 239 pounds. He says he's the prettiest in World Championship Wrestling, Johnny B. Bad. His opponent from Chattanooga, Tennessee, 221 pounds, Paul Lee.
All right, we have Paul Lee and Johnny B. Bad. Hi, everybody. This is Tony Schiavone with you on Channel 9 on this Saturday morning.
I love you, kid. Come on and see the bad man. I'm so pretty. And you be pretty like that, too. I love you, baby.
Truly, there's no one quite like Johnny B. Bad. And, well, there's a lot being said now about Johnny B. Bad and his desires of becoming the WCW light heavyweight champion. So good to have you with us. We're going to be talking more about the Sting and Bagwell incident. You take a look at the glitter and the confetti from the prettiest man in WCW, Johnny B. Bad. Also, we are going to be talking more about the light heavyweight title situation. Of course, as you know, Flying Brian made his statements known last Tuesday, a week from this past Tuesday, when he and Johnny B. Bad, of course, two men who are vying for the light heavyweight title, virtually had a disagreement to where Flying Brian with a right hand knocked Johnny B. Bad right on his can. And Jushin Thunder Liger, who is the WCW light heavyweight champion, is scheduled to return to the United States and defend the light heavyweight title at Super Brawl, which will be in Milwaukee on February 29th. The question is, who will he defend the light heavyweight title against? Or against whom? It could be Johnny B. Bad, it could be Flying Brian, it could be Richard Morton. Many guys are going after. And we have a great hour. We'll talk more about who's on the program a little bit later on. But Johnny B. Bad, who has come a long way since first arriving in WCW less than a year ago. We got to remember, he had a great boxing background, not a wrestling background. And certainly the promoters have taken to him because he is colorful, flamboyant, outspoken. He is one of those characters that WCW promoters love to have. However, he has developed into quite an all-around wrestler in the past year also. Spinning elbow. You got to keep remembering this guy's a youngster. Spinning elbow. Good move by Johnny B. Bad. He covered Paul Lee, but Paul Lee got out of it. To the head. Sends him in. Over the top. Left hand knocked him right down.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's your winner, Johnny B. Bad.
He calls it the kiss that doesn't miss. And Johnny B. Bad knocked him right out with that left hand. Look at this. Paul Lee saw it coming. But you know, he tried to duck out of the way, and that was a mistake. Johnny B. Bad wins our first match on WGN, and we'll have more after this time out. Stay right where you are.
What do you do if every time you see this incredible woman, you think you're gonna hurl?
I say hurl. If you blow chunks and she comes back, she's yours.
Okay.
Wayne's World, rated PG-13. Starts Friday, February 14th.
Open sesame.
Hey, Joe, we're down to the last Butterfinger.
Ah!
The last Butterfinger!
Uh-huh. Hey! Simpson going deep.
Get a crispity, crunchity, peanut buttery burst in every bite of Butterfinger.
Nobody better lay a finger on my Butterfinger.
Head and Shoulders for my serious dandruff? Blue is better. Extra medicated Selsun Blue.
With a medicine doctors recommend most. Medicine that relieves flaking better than Head and Shoulders.
Blue is better.
Selsun Blue, doctor recommended #1.
I won $5,000.
Now you can win $5,000 playing Spell It, the new telephone spelling bee.
Call this number on a touch-tone phone. Listen and spell 21 words correctly in 2 minutes or less, and you win $200 instantly.
It's easy and fun to play.
Spell the word cash.
C-A-S-H.
That's right.
I won $200.
Grand prize $5,000. Call 1-900-SPELL-IT. $1.99 per minute, average call 5 minutes.
We're offering a $1,000 reward to anyone apprehending a box of Raisin Nut brand cereal containing wimpy regular raisins posing as Raisin Nuts. Yes, somehow puny ordinary raisins have passed themselves off as Raisin Nuts and gotten into 100 boxes of Raisin Nut brand. They're out there and they're easy to spot because they're nothing like the plump, juicy raisins you'd expect in Raisin Nut brand cereal. Find a box containing these imposter raisins plus a winning certificate and claim your $1,000 reward.
Ooh, let's get out of here. Come on, baby.
Start looking today.
Okay, fans, welcome back here to WGN. I'm Tony Schiavone, and we have an exciting hour of World Championship Wrestling in store for you that we'll talk about a little bit later on. But you saw at the top of the program about the Dangerous Alliance. It has struck again. Many of the members attacking Marcus Alexander Bagwell. They've attacked Sting in the past. They've attacked Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, the Natural Dustin Rhodes. Barry Windham, of course, he was the first man hit many months ago during Halloween Havoc in October and broke his hand. But we hope to have some comments a little bit later on. Jim Ross is here with us. He'll be talking with Paulie Dangerously about the attacks. Of course, as you know, the Dangerous Alliance wants to rid WCW, it says, of all the top superstars. But right now, here's a look at who's on the program this week on WGN. An exciting hour remaining. The Steiners in tag team action a little bit later on, and fans will have two big main events, including the Natural Dustin Rhodes one-on-one against Beautiful Bobby, and then we'll see Sting and Marcus Alexander Bagwell together against Arn Anderson and Larry Zbyszko. Let's go back to the ring.
The following contest, it is set for one fall. Introducing first, from the Sudan, weighing 465 pounds, Abdullah the Butcher.
And this match after WCW this week.
Did you know that the UIC Pavilion will be rocking Sunday afternoon, March 1st at 3 p.m. because the superstars of World Championship Wrestling will be there. Special attraction, it's Bring the Family Day. 3 p.m. matinee means all kids 12 and under just $5 on $12 and $9 tickets. On the card, Abdullah the Butcher battles Cactus Jack. Also, Ron Simmons combines forces with Big Josh to take on the tandem of Mr. Hughes and Vinny Vegas. In a one-fall death match, Barry Windham tries to put down Larry Zbyszko. There'll be a six-man tag team elimination match featuring the Steiner Brothers and Dustin Rhodes against Steve Austin, Arn Anderson, and Beautiful Bobby. The main event, a grudge cage match pitting Sting against Ravishing Rick Rude. Great tickets still available. Get them at all Ticketmaster locations or charge them by calling 559-1212. Now, here's more.
Larry Zbyszko, you're riding on the notoriety of being the cruncher. But you didn't get the job done completely. So possibly in Chicago, Illinois, on March 1st in the Pavilion, you may get the chance to finish the job. But I tell you what, when I step into the ring with you at 3 p.m. on Sunday, I'm gonna do to you what you tried to do to me, and you're gonna be leaving in the ambulance.
Back with you on Channel 9, and already Abdullah the Butcher has attacked his opponent, Danny Poston. Even before the bell finally sounds, and here we are, back to action. Fans, a few moments here as we take a look at this most bizarre man in WCW. To remind our great fans that, of course, Super Brawl 2 comes to Milwaukee and the Mecca on Saturday, February 29th. We want to remind you that if you would like to go to Milwaukee to be at Super Brawl, here's a number to order tickets. Visa or MasterCard orders, you can call 414-276-4545. 414-276-4545 to order tickets for Super Brawl in Milwaukee. And, of course, it'll be seen on pay-per-view, many of the cable systems which carry WGN. Abdullah the Butcher. Certainly what is on the mind of everyone, one of the things has to be the impending bad blood or feud, if you will, between Abdullah the Butcher and Cactus Jack. Certainly with the potential to turn into one of the most bizarre and violent situations ever in WCW. Poston trying to get back in. And here's a man, Abdullah the Butcher, who certainly is not only the oddest, but most ruthless ever in WCW, and a guy who is really difficult to understand. What motivates him? The wild look in his eyes. And all of that weight. Such a force. He really knows how to use his weight. Look at Poston. He's out right now. And Abdullah finishes him up.
Here's your winner, Abdullah the Butcher.
And now Mike Atkins is going to try to move him. And I don't think it's going to work. Abdullah gets the win. Fans want to remind you, Jim Ross is with us. And he'll be talking to Paulie Dangerously after the break. But right now, Abdullah with a win. Back with Jim Ross in the interview after this on GN.
Double, double your refreshment. Double, double your enjoyment. Oh, no single gum. Double freshens your mouth like double mint gum. Double, double your refreshment. Double, double your delightment. Oh, no single gum. Double freshens your mouth like double fresh, double good. Come on and double it. Double mint gum.
There's no single gum like it.
The actual size of a Jolly Rancher candy is 3/4 of an inch by 3/4 of an inch square. But the actual taste of a Jolly Rancher candy is immeasurable. Jolly Rancher candy, the great taste of fruit squared.
Open the door to visions of the future with a call to the Psychic Center.
I can't seem to find a job.
Am I ever going to find someone to love?
I'm not getting along with my boss. Am I in the wrong career?
Can you tell me why this is happening to me?
Your advice really worked for me last time. What do you see in my future now?
1-800-344-TEL opens the door to your future. Call now.
I was worried that I needed surgery for my hemorrhoids, but my doctor said they weren't serious, and it's time I used Preparation H.
Preparation H cream helps shrink swelling of inflamed hemorrhoidal tissues and often relieves pain, itching, and burning for hours. Doctor recommended Preparation H.
Every second of an asthma attack can feel like an eternity. That's why there's Primatene Mist. Primatene opens clogged breathing tubes in as fast as 15 seconds. Primatene Mist, the fastest type relief known.
Every Halloween, the trees are filled with underwear. Oh, boy. Every spring, the toilets explode.
You're talking about Delta, sir.
Road trip.
Sometimes a film is so crazy.
7 years of college darn a dream.
It becomes a comedy legend. Animal House. Friday night at 7 on Channel 9.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to WCW Pro. I'm here with Paul E. Dangerously, the Chief Executive Officer of the Dangerous Alliance. It's a high-stakes day for the Dangerous Alliance in this program.
Know what it is? It's a great day for the Dangerous Alliance. A great opportunity to eliminate the competition. You know, last week right here on this very program, a classic example of a shaft. Barry Windham and Dustin Rhodes conspired against the World TV Champion, Stunning Steve Austin. Today, right here on this program, you, my friend, Dustin Rhodes, you grandson of a belching, boozing, drunken plumber from Austin, Texas, you will learn respect at the hands of beautiful Bobby Eaton. Now, 2 weeks ago, we came this close to beating Marcus Alexander Bagwell. There's a name that strikes fear in my heart, within an inch of his life. Only Sting had to save the day for him. So today, right here on this program, Arn Anderson and the Cruncher Larry Zbyszko will eliminate not only Sting, but that prepubescent little stinger, Marcus Alexander Bagwell. Oh, no. It's not a high-stakes game for the Dangerous Alliance today. It's a high-stakes game for the Natural, for the Stinger, and for the prepubescent Punk.
Ladies and gentlemen, it should be a tremendous pair of matches, and we'll have them. Let's now go to Gary. Shut up, will you? Let's go to Gary Michael Capetta. Ladies and gentlemen, the following special challenge tag team match. It is set for one fall. Introducing team number 1 from Detroit, Michigan. Total combined weight, 525 pounds. Rick Steiner, Scott Steiner, the Steiner Brothers. Their opponents, total combined weight, 581 pounds. From Wyoming, Mike Thor. Boise, Idaho, Fred Avery.
The Steiner Brothers. Our thanks to Jim Ross. And I interview with Paulie Dangerously, and of course, I guess they are going to try to pay back Dustin Rhodes for that match last week against Stunning Steve Austin. We'll see part of what happened last week a little bit later on, and then we can't wait to see Sting and Marcus Alexander Bagwell against Arn Anderson and Larry Zbyszko. There is no question the motives of Paulie Dangerously are to eliminate the competition, so to speak. We'll just see what happens. Fans, coming up next, Gordon Stoling, the Wrestling News Network, and an interview with Jesse the Body Ventura, who will be joining us on our pay-per-view telecast of Super Brawl on Saturday, February 29th. And also, I want to remind you that our next event in Chicago will be Sunday, March 1st. Sunday, March 1st. And there's a right hand to the back of the neck, actually. And picking up Avery, Scotty Steiner. Sunday, March 1st, our next event in Chicago, the UIC. And also, we want to remind you that we'll have some more announcements about what is going to happen at Super Brawl, coming up with Gordon Stoling right at the conclusion of this match. The Steiners, as we know, are looking to maybe get a shot at the World Tag Team title very soon. The belt's held by beautiful Bobby and Arn Anderson. And those World Tag Team champions, Bobby and Arn, will be in separate matches a little bit later on in this hour. Many people would feel that if the Steiners ever faced Bobby and Arn, that no question about it, that Bobby and Arn, even though they are the champions, would be the underdogs. And I really, as much as I like Scott and Rick, I have to disagree with that, because even though the Steiners are the most noted tag team in WCW, maybe in WCW history, you have to realize, and this is true, that Arn Anderson and Beatable Bobby are maybe the two greatest tag team wrestlers of all time that have been so successful, been world and U.S. tag team champions, but, although I don't think Arn's ever been a U.S. tag team champion, but both have been world tag team champions, but they've never wrestled together before. And now, here they are, the world tag team champions. And I really think that it's going to be very, very difficult for any team, including the Steiners, to get the belts from them. Steiner not going to hurt that head at all. Sending Thor in with an Irish whip, and down he goes to the Steiner line. And yes, the Steiners have tremendous offensive capabilities. And you're seeing them right here. I think they improvise so much. Yes, they have a strategy. The strategy is to defeat the opponents and win decisively, but many times they just pick up a guy and think about where to put him and then finally put him on his head or something. Now, Scotty is in. Power bomb. The Steiners looking awesome as ever. That's it.
Ladies and gentlemen, here are your winners, the Steiner Brothers.
Welcome to the Wrestling News Network. I'm Gordon Soley. The attacks by the Dangerous Alliance as a group continue. You saw earlier in the program one attack. A couple of weeks ago, they attempted to injure Marcus Alexander Bagwell with a steel chair before Sting helped out. And here's what happened.
Referee with Paulie. Beautiful Bobby caught Bagwell off the top. Austin will get the pin. The Dangerous Alliance win it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winners of the match, the Dangerous Alliance, the Beautiful Bobby, stunning Steve Austin, and ravishing Rick
What volatility we are seeing here. And now they've got a chair. They're going to try to put this kid out once and for all. That steel chair rammed right in his sternum. Sting got the chair. Sting has got the chair.
Sting, Ron Simmons, Ricky Steamboat, and Dustin Rhodes have drawn together in a show of force against the Dangerous Alliance. The result should be many exciting 6- and 8-man tag matches around the country. Now, the Super Brawl continues to draw near, and as everyone is looking toward the Sting and Lex Luger match for the world title as perhaps the biggest match in the history of WCW. The board of directors have made some new announcements. In addition to Luger and Sting, ravishing Rick Rude will defend the U.S. heavyweight title at Super Brawl 2. WCW also said some special stipulations concerning this match will be forthcoming. Also, Jushin Liger will return from Japan to defend the light heavyweight title against the former champion Flying Brian. And some big news regarding the exclusive pay-per-view telecast. Jesse the Body Ventura will join the broadcast team. He's standing by with some comments. Jesse?
Unbelievable. Gordon Soley, you're still alive? I can't believe it. But yes, I am back with WCW World Championship Wrestling. After 2 long years of being out of wrestling, Jesse the Body is back, and he is back to stay. And I'll tell you what, I'll be here for Super Brawl 2. It'll be me whose voice you'll hear from beginning to end, doing what I do best, telling it just like it is, Gordon.
Well, thanks, Jesse. In addition to Ventura, as first announced back on January 21st, and has been welcomed by wrestling fans worldwide, this is truly shaping up to be the biggest event in the history of WCW. Super Brawl 2 will originate from Milwaukee and will be seen only on pay-per-view. Make your plans now and call your local cable system to order Super Brawl 2 on Saturday, February 29th. I'm Gordon Soley, and that's the Wrestling News Network for this week.
What is real?
Is that for real?
That can't be real.
What about her? Is she for real?
Well, what is real?
This is real.
Skittles.
Tart and tangy. Wild berry. Tropical. Real fun. Real good. With real fruit juices.
Skittles. Bite-sized candies.
Rainbow.
Be afraid. Be very afraid. One life-sucking Metroid survived the first Metroid adventure, and it's multiplying rapidly. You must help Samus save the universe again in Metroid 2. So we're giving you more power and mightier weapons to search a bigger world where hundreds of strange enemy life forms lurk. Destroy or be destroyed.
Metroid 2, The Return of Samus, only on Game Boy.
The future is in your hands.
The Lion says save America for your country, for yourself. Save America with Dreyfus 100% U.S. Treasury Money Market Fund. 100% U.S. Treasuries, the safest portfolio investment of all. What's that? Your money's dozing away in a bank money market account. Wake up to higher yields. Week after week since the fund began, Dreyfus 100% U.S. Treasury has returned more than the bank money market average. Even more if you pay state or local income tax on your bank account, because this unique Dreyfus fund is free of income tax in 49 states. Sorry, Tennessee. For today's yield, call 1-800-523-7600. And we'll send you information, a prospectus. Checking? Free checking. Invest in Dreyfus 100% U.S. Treasury Money Market Fund. Call 1-800-523-7600. Don't bank on it. Dreyfus on it.
Morning, lovebird.
We're on our honeymoon.
You're eating oatmeal. You never ate mine.
This is oatmeal raisin crisp. Lisa showed me no other cereal has a delicious flake like this.
How nice.
Crispy flakes topped with a brown sugar and rolled oat crunch.
Really?
Mixed with raisins and almonds.
Oatmeal raisin crisp.
Taste it.
Oatmeal Crisp, Oatmeal Raisin Crisp.
Pretend I'm not here.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
General Nutrition can help you break the mold with Cybergenics in one incredible kit. Supplements, manuals, and videotape. Cybergenics at GNC.
The Murine Earwax Removal System has drops that safely loosen wax, plus an ear washer to gently flush wax away. Murine, the complete medically approved earwax removal system.
Last week, right here on WGN, we saw a matchup between Dustin Rhodes and Stunning Steve Austin, in which Dustin Rhodes prevailed. However, the man was to have been Barry Windham, but because of the injury, Barry could not compete. Here's what happened.
Dustin, any time to regroup whatsoever. Dustin almost defenseless here, as Austin just hammers away at the helpless Dustin Rhodes. The referee pulls him off the ropes. Rhodes follows up with a right hand. Fighting with all he's got here, whatever he's got left. Another high-risk move, and Austin again. But this time Austin missed the clothesline. Boy, Rhodes' lower back's got to be tightening up. High-risk whip, Austin in a dazed state. And, oh, he went for the bulldog, and Austin had it well scouted. Austin now, the lateral press, and about 6 inches. About 6 inches away from Stunning Steve with a victory here. Inside cradle by Rhodes, and he held it! Rhodes held it! Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match, the natural, Dustin Rhodes! Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest, it is set for one fall. Introducing first, from Austin, Texas, he weighs 261 pounds, the natural, Dustin Rhodes.
Now, you can better believe the natural Dustin Rhodes, based on what we've just seen, is going to be nothing less than a marked man here against Beautiful Bobby in this feature matchup. As certainly the bad blood or the disagreements and the
Everything continues between the...
And ladies and gentlemen, his opponent in this special return match, accompanied by the Chief Executive Officer of the Dangerous Alliance, Paul E. Dangerously, along with the First Lady of WCW, Medusa. He is from Huntsville, Alabama. He weighs 233 pounds. Beautiful Bobby!
Beautiful Bobby and Dustin Rhodes had to go. You saw the footage from last week where Dustin came in and placed a Barry Windham, who, of course, at that time, his hand was not 100%, was not able to wrestle. Dustin came in and got the win on Stunning Steve Austin. And the comments suing from Paulie Dangerously. So I'm sure they are here not to just win, but right hand, and down goes Dustin. They're here not to just win, but to also put out Dustin Rhodes in their attempts. Of course, Gordon Soley touched on the fact that many six-man and eight-man tag team matches have been signed with members of the Dangerous Alliance going up against Dustin, Steamboat, Sting, Rod Simmons, and/or Barry Windham. So yes, the battle lines have been drawn, and what action we have, and what action we will have when WCW comes to your town, wherever you are, watching WGN across this great country. And some interesting comments from Jesse the Body Ventura, and he will be part of Super Bowl only on pay-per-view. And what about those announcements? As Bobby retreats into the corner now. Dustin shouting to the rope. Dustin! Great sense of timing, and there's his right hand. And an elbow. Beautiful Bobby. Slows things down by going to the ropes, and Nick Patrick steps in. It will be Ravishing Rick Rude as you take a look at Medusa and Paulie. Ravishing Rick Rude defending the U.S. heavyweight title at Super Brawl against Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. And yes, we didn't know at the top of the hour, but it's now been confirmed that Flying Brian will go up against Jushin Thunder Liger for the light heavyweight title at Super Brawl. We'll have more announcements next week on the Wrestling News Network concerning the big event. Only on pay-per-view on Saturday, February 29th. Bobby trying to get up now. Dustin just grabbing him fully on the arm. Right hand got right between the shoulder blades that time, and Bobby has Dustin now in the corner. Dustin needs to really get the offense going and stay away from Bobby. Not able to do it right there. Bobby holds on. Dustin sends him in. High back body drop. There's the lariat. Here's the cover. 2 count. Dustin in this match also has to be mindful of other members of the Dangerous Alliance in the arena. As you know, Arn Anderson and Larry Zbyszko are scheduled to go up next in tag team action, so certainly they are there. And I'm sure Austin is not too far away. Neither is the U.S. champion Ravishing Rick Rude. Dustin goes to the arm. Paulie hitting that mat. And the fans really respond. Dustin, who, if you take a look at all the great athletes we have in WCW, maybe within the last year, no one has improved as much or has come so far in a short period of time as Dustin Rhodes. You know, talking to his father is just so proud of his success. Being World Tag Team Champion, member of the six-man Tag Team Champion. Of course, his goal is like anyone else in WCW. He wants to be, one day, the heavyweight champion of the world. His father 3 times had that belt. Right hand to the face. Dustin counters. Bobby, though, with heavy right hands. Dustin continues to fire back. Head of steam. And a right hand. Bobby, stagger. Here he comes. Down he went. And you can see Bobby luring Dustin Dustin over that time. What's he going to do now? Where'd he go? Bobby has left the scene. Oh, my. Now he comes. With a chair. Right in the face. He nails Dustin right in the face with a steel chair. While Paulie had the attention of the referee. These calculated attacks seemingly never cease. And I don't know if Dustin can continue or not. I know his heart's still in it. We only have to wonder if his body is with him here. That was actually right on the jaw and in the throat area as Medusa hovers over. Look at that youngster get right back in it. And to the throat one more time. That blow from, oh, Dustin goes down. That blow from the chair, I thought, hit him flush in the face, but actually it got in his chin area in the throat. Oh, Medusa tried to punt him around ringside. You are so outnumbered when you're going up against the Dangerous Alliance. And Bobby takes his knees right out from him. One day, somewhere, someone is going to do something to counter Paulie and his interference. Chest first. You heard that some special stipulations may be coming in the Rick Rude and Ricky Steamboat match at Super Brawl. Hopefully, maybe they involve Paulie. I'm not so sure if Dustin can continue or not. He has been virtually triple teamed in. Medusa now checking the evidence, and Bobby pulls right back on the chin. Nick Patrick checks in. Bobby going right for the upper body. Look at Dustin. Both men go down. Dustin had enough presence to get to his feet to a vertical finish, but he's down. Bobby the first man up. So the match will continue here. What a grueling match. And Paulie pushes Bobby back on Dustin, and Dustin barely got out of it. Paulie gave Bobby a shove in the rear end. Bobby was weary, but he got a swinging neck breaker, and that has to be it. Wait a minute, Bobby's gonna try to end it all right here. More than just a win, like we said. It's out to injure. Put out Dustin Rhodes. And an elbow. He's still not finished. Look at this. A slap to the face where the man is down. You hear Paulie hurting. And Dustin barely able to even get up, and he rolls over Bobby and gets a 2 count. It rolled him up. You can't wax against Dustin Rhodes. You can't fall asleep for a minute or he'll get you. Dustin held the ropes on the swinging neck breaker. Bulldog. He got it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match, the natural, Dustin Rhodes.
And now here they come. Brainbuster. Shove to the back. Dustin, he cannot take any more punishment. And now Paulie's getting in with a phone. When will this stop? To the side of the head. Fans, we got to take a break. Hopefully we'll get Dustin out of the ring. And we'll be back on WGN.
Okay, here's a picture. You've got bad credit. You can't get the money you need. So what do? You call Delta Financial Services. Whether it's for a bill consolidation, a personal loan, or whatever the reason, call Delta. We'll take your application over the phone. It's just that easy. We've got sources who have the money to lend, and we'll make loans when others won't, from $1,000 to $200,000. So don't let your credit problems get you down. Get the money you need. Call Delta Financial Services right now. Delta Financial Services, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
WCW's 1-900-909-9900 hotline. Call the hottest hotline. On Sunday, it's Missy Does Mail. Monday, Tony Schiavone Talks. Tuesday, Matt Watch with Steve Beverly. Wednesday, Late Breaking News with Dennis Prince. Thursday, it's Straight Up with Sting. Friday, Lex on the Level. And Saturday, catch the Jim Ross Report. Plus, get the chance to randomly talk with WCW Wrestling Celebrities live. Call the hottest hotline. 1-900-909-9900. $2 for the first minute, 45 cents every minute thereafter. Children under 18 must get parental permission.
American Express now gives you an easy way to apply for membership. All you have to do is call.
Can I apply for the card over the phone?
Yes, you can. All I'll need is some information.
Great.
For those who qualify, the card comes with a world of privileges. Privileges that give you an extra measure of financial flexibility.
Do you like it?
I love it.
Then we'll take it.
Privileges that extend the free repair period offered under most manufacturers' warranties. Privileges that include help when you need it.
American Express, I lost my wallet, my cash, and all my cards.
We can have another card for you by tomorrow. American Express?
To apply, simply call 1-800-THE-CARD. We'll take your application over the phone and start processing it right away.
That was so easy. Thank you. Thank you for calling American Express. On the card, sir?
No need to wrap it.
Membership has its privileges, so call 1-800-THE-CARD now.
Fact. On December 21st, Fredder's prices were lower than Highland on item after item. Proof? Fredder's everyday price on this GE washer was $22 less than Highland. Fredder's price on a GE refrigerator was $42 less. An RCA TV, $52 less than Highland. A Whirlpool refrigerator was $102 less. And a Packard Bell computer was $247 less. Conclusion? If you want Fredder prices, you've got to go to Fredder.
Still to come, our big main event this week. Sting and Marcus Alexander Bagwell in tag team action against Larry Zbyszko and Arn Anderson of the Dangerous Alliance. But right now, standing by, as always, on WGN, Jack Brickhouse, and this week's Brickhouse bonus.
No doubt, one of the strangest things going on right now in WCW has to be the relationship between Cactus Jack and Abdullah the Butcher. Now, it's truly a love-hate relationship. 1 minute they're tag team partners, the next thing you know, they're fighting each other, going down the aisle, swearing vengeance each against the other. And then next week, well, here they are again as partners. It seems they can't decide if they want to be a team or not, which is certainly fine with the fans, because together they make for an awesome duo. Apart, they're awesome, but not as effective. But I tell you, when and if they sign to face each other, it should be one of the most brutal wrestling matches of all time, and one personally that I'd sure like to see. I'm Jack Brickhouse, and this has been another Brickhouse Bonus.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following feature confrontation, it is set for one fall. It is tag team action. Introducing first, accompanied by the Chief Executive Officer of the Dangerous Alliance, Paul E. Dangerously, and the First Lady of WCW, Medusa. Ladies and gentlemen, the Dangerous Alliance of the Cruncher, Larry Zbyszko. His tag team partner, the Enforcer, Arn Anderson.
All right, the Dangerous Alliance, we're going to get a report on Dustin Rhodes. And he's in the back right now. Finally, the referees came in and the Dangerous Alliance walked away from him.
And ladies and gentlemen, their opponents. Introducing first, from Marietta, Georgia. He weighs 234 pounds. Marcus Alexander Bagwell. His tag team partner, ladies and gentlemen, Venice Beach, California. 251 pounds. This is
big main event right after this on Chicago's very own Channel 9. Stay with us.
The actual size of a Jolly Rancher candy is 3/4 of an inch by 3/4 of an inch square. But the actual taste of a Jolly Rancher candy is immeasurable. Jolly
Milk is sure helping me get stronger. Back when I started high school, guys pushed me around. Just because I was smaller. But I was working out, drinking milk, developing my muscles. By senior year, milk had made a difference. Pardon me, guys. I love this part. Pardon me, guys. So as you can see, it pays to be big on milk. Milk. It does a body good.
Okay, here's a picture. You've got bad credit. You can't get the money you need. So what do? You call Delta Financial Services. Whether it's for a bill consolidation, a personal loan, or whatever the reason, call Delta. We'll take your application over the phone. It's just that easy. We've got sources who have the money to lend, and we'll make loans when others won't, from $1,000 to $200,000. So don't let your credit problems get you down. Get the money you need. Call Delta Financial Services right now. Delta Financial Services, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Now, little spike-headed one.
Uh-oh.
First lesson.
Oh, man.
Lesson number 2. Now we take Butterfinger break. Get a crispity, crunchity, peanut buttery burst in every bite of Butterfinger.
Lesson number 3. Nobody better lay a finger on my Butterfinger.
All right, here we go. And Bagwell, you've seen on this program, at the top of the program, the attack of last week. And, of course, of a couple of weeks ago with the chair. So he has a lot of incentive to get going in this match. He and Sting are partners. The fans are waiting on this one. Bagwell, who is a youngster, no doubt. And I've said so many times, I need to say it right here, who has actually, in these formative years of his career, has really gotten involved with something that may turn out to work against him. Sting, of course, a bitter enemy of the Dangerous Alliance. Bagwell has turned into one. When many people feel that Bagwell should be concerning himself with further developing his career, as you take a look at Medusa, and leave these personal vendettas alone. But here he is. He is not a chicken, as Zbyszko may lead you to believe. And he is certainly with the man of the hour in WCW, a man who will go after that world title, and Lex Luger at Super Brawl, the Stinger. Anderson turns Sting around, and that left hand so lethal. Snapmare takeover. Anderson going to try a high-risk maneuver, which is uncharacteristic of Arn Anderson, and he paid for it. Sting kicks him right off. Anderson wants a disqualification. And that just tells me that winning or losing, not that important to the Dangerous Alliance. They just want to attack and hurt. Zbyszko feeling now that the match should be over.
Complaining about nothing.
Boy, I would second that emotion. Now Anderson. And of course, our fans have joined us for many, many months. And of course, there are another year here on WGN. Know that air takedown. That Anderson is a wily veteran. He knows how to slow action down. So being on the outside had its effect for a couple of reasons. Sting with a gorilla press slam. And Anderson immediately slows things down again by going up against the rope. As the Cruncher will get his day, I'm sure, with Barry Windham. Tag is made and the Cruncher now comes in. Our former co-host here on WGN, a guy who we took around to many of the great sites in Chicago and had many, many bad things to say about everybody and everything. You okay? Come on. Collar and elbow chop. Top wrist lock. Sending Sting down, but look at the balance and power. lot of leg strength there and back strength. And top wrist lock again. Anderson and Zbyszko both holding Sting. Sends them both down. Bagwell clubs Zbyszko. Oh, and he slaps him right in the kisser. Marcus Bagwell is livid. The youngster wants it. A pickup. Slap to the face. Again. Bagwell, great agility. Zbyszko had blocked it. Bagwell got him that time. Sending Anderson down. Drop kick 1 and 2. Oh, but a right hand to the face stopped him cold. Bagwell picks up the clincher, but both men are in. A round kick by Zbyszko. And after the round kick, the DDT. So yes, it gets back to a youngster. And Anderson caught it. It gets back to a youngster getting involved, getting his temper now, getting the best of him, or having his temper get the best of him. And of course, in ringside, the big mouths. I don't know about you fans, but there's just so much that I can take a Paulie, and hopefully one day, all this is going to stop. Scoop. Spinning neck breaker. Bagwell trying to get there, could not. Zbyszko just teasing him there a little bit. And now the members of the Dangerous Alliance, these two men who at one time made up the team called the Enforcers, and they were World Tag Team Champions, really lowering the boom on the youngster. You're watching this match here on WGN. Anderson wasted time, enabling Bagwell to get a blow in that time, and it did. Arn Anderson. Now the fans encouraging Bagwell to make the tag. Crawling. Getting there. No, sir. Cut off. Anderson with a double axe handle blow. Cut him right off before he could get the sting. And you can better believe this youngster getting an education right here. Elbow to the back of the neck. Sending Bagwell down with a snapmare takeover. Bagwell just fell on Anderson. Couldn't even get my words out there. I thought he had a pin, for crying out loud. Fell on Anderson. Rolls him up. Nobody to count. Zbyszko comes in. Unbelievable. Tag is made, and here he comes. Sting. Right hand. Cleaning house. Both men.
All right.
And Mike Adkins trying to get Sting out.
I think I'm going to be calling her quits for the day. So thank you for watching. Hope you have a nice rest of your day. I might stream more wrestling again soon, so take her easy. Bye-bye.